I'm sure all of us at one time or another have wanted to go back into the past and fix something that we did wrong. Whether we wronged somebody or something we just really messed up and wanted to make it right. And we have these feelings all the time of wanting to do it, but we hardly ever get to do it. Now, this past week I was able to actually do that to something that's been gnawing at me for years. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, there was a band called Jacob's Trouble. They were based out of Atlanta. They were a Christian alternative rock band, and 2 out of the 3 original members just happened to be friends of mine from high school. And so when they had their first concert, 3-man band at that time, there was 4 people backstage, and one of those people was me. And I was even honored to go out and introduce them for their very first concert. Well, after they played 4 concerts, they had a record contract from a California label. They had national exposure, and they went on to do 4 or 5 albums and get critical acclaim. Well, during that process, I was shooting video just as a goofy kid shooting video. There was no YouTube. I wasn't even editing. I didn't have the ability to edit back then. Didn't have the equipment to edit back then when I first started doing it. But getting on into the early 90s, I had access to editing equipment. And so I started throwing together some of the stuff that I was shooting with them. In fact, the very first thing that I ever edited was a music video compiling a bunch of the raw footage that I shot of them. And I learned a lot about how not to edit by doing that. But then later on, about 1992, they came out with, I believe, their 4th album. And the first single from that album was a song called Lovehouse. And they wanted to make a promotional video that they could send to churches, booking agencies, whatever, to show what they were like live, because they were an incredible live band. And so I was shooting footage of them, and they said, let's see what you can put together for Lovehouse. And they liked what they saw enough to where they said, let's go and shoot some real performance footage for the video, just like you would a regular music video. So I grabbed a 8mm camera back then and went and started shooting this and got some really great footage. Everything that I had at my disposal was fantastic, except talent. I did not know how to edit right, and I ruined the video. Basically, it was something that wasn't even showable. I did so many stupid things inside that video, ruining what otherwise would have been a tight performance rock video. Just so happens that my friend Ann Spade did a video recently about her love for the Monkees and the Beatles, and it got me thinking, you know, when they first started, Jacob's Trouble was really Beatles, Monkees, Birds sounding 60s rock band, and they turned into an 80s sounding rock band by the time they did Lovehouse. But I said, you know what, Ann, you need to hear some of this music. So I sent her a compilation of Jacob's Trouble songs. But in doing so, I went looking around and I found the raw footage, the actual footage that we shot for the Lovehouse video in raw form. And I decided to go back and right a wrong. I took that footage, I digitized it, put it into the computer, and decided to make the new correct version of Lovehouse. I guess I called it Lovehouse Remodeled. I didn't want to call it Extreme Lovehouse Makeover. That just was a little too cheesy even for me. So I decided to hunt down the members of the band, and I came across the lead singer first, and he actually he was downloading the video when he emailed me and said, I'm downloading the video now. Are you going to put it on YouTube? You need to put it on YouTube. And I already planned on putting it on YouTube if I got his permission, but I didn't want to ask. But he went ahead and said, do it. So here is what I want to share with you. That every once in a while, we actually get to go back and right a wrong. I was able to get this out of my system. A video that had gnawed at me. Now that I knew how to edit, I knew how bad it was. And I always thought back on that as something I wish I could redo. And I got to redo it. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out. So here, from 1992, is the song Lovehouse from the band Jacob's Trouble, in a video that has finally gotten out of my system, and I feel a weight lifted off my shoulders. Enjoy.
Love, baby, love is getting hard to find. Don't seem like much to go around. Peace, baby, peace is like a river, but it's been flowing on the ground too long. There's a place I know where we can go. Come on down to the house of love. This is the house where love lives. Come on down to the house of love. This is the house, this is the place. Come on down to the house of love. This is the house where love lives. Come on down to the house of love. To the house of love. Kick, 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 baby, kick it back and stay a while. Yeah, forget all about